I'm Tonetta, of course, your video person here. I guess your coach, your social worker. I'm a baker as well. So, like I said, definitely welcome to the video this morning. And I'm bringing this video this morning because I want to talk about something. Because I know a lot of times we see people talking about this side did this, these people did this, that person did this, these people did that, my partner did this, all this kind of stuff is going on. But just know that nothing ever happens. Nobody ever responds without a reaction from I guess, and without some behavior taking place. Behavior has to come from somewhere. There's always a reaction to somebody's behavior. That's why folks are acting out. Other stuff is going on, which I know is not to blame nobody, but still, that's why things happen. And it always takes two to tango. What I mean by that is that nothing's going to happen if nobody's done anything, or nobody's said anything, or nobody's triggered a person, or nobody's blamed, whatever the case may be. It always takes two to tango. And this conversation is coming from an interaction I had with this man on Monday morning, actually, well, earlier this week. It wasn't even 8:30 yet, but I had a conversation, well, part of a conversation with the older gentleman, probably maybe was in his 70s, I guess. I really don't know. But of course, just asking about different things about my job and why this particular office wasn't open and all this kind of stuff. And I was just letting them know, of course, with the different things that's going on in the country with the government and that kind of thing. We had, of course, some cutbacks and that kind of thing as well. Just trying to be as nice as I could. And he, well, want to know who fault is this, who this the past, just all this kind of stuff. Like I told him, I don't give. Well, I didn't say I don't give a fuck, but like I told him, I don't care about any politics. It's everybody's fault, and you came here for a service. What did you want? And like I said, he just kept trying to push all these politics, and is these people's fault? Is the Democrat? Like I told him, I can care less about those things. He of course got upset and walked away, and I of course slammed the door. I'm like, this is ridiculous. But what I mean, it's not one person's fault for anything. It's always both people's fault. It's everybody's fault the way I look at that anyway. But it's everybody's fault. It's not just people's fault or the white folks' fault or the Republicans' fault. It's everybody's fault. Like I said in the beginning of this video, there's always behavior and there's always a reaction to whatever the behavior is. It's everybody's fault. Everybody has something to play in whatever part it was, regardless as to whether they did something or not. And staying silent is still doing something. Staying silent and saying that you agree with whatever's going on. Staying silent means that you don't care what happens. If it happens, it's going to happen anyway. That's still a behavior. I don't care what you say. And people do react to silence. And like I said, it's just like, okay, you don't understand that you can't blame just one side for something happening. You have to blame everybody for things happening. The world isn't the way it is because of one person or one party or different. The way it is because of everybody. Whether we actively talking about politics or actively doing things out in this world trying to make things better or worse, whatever it is we're actively doing or keeping quiet about every single thing, we're still doing something. It's everybody's fault. Y'all may not agree with that either, but that's okay. But like I said, it's everybody's fault. Just like in any relationship. Me and my partner, it's not just on him because I got upset because he said something, this kind of thing. It's on me too. It's on both of us. So it's everybody in the relationship's fault. The same thing like as in anything else. It's not just one person in the workplace that's acting crazy and doing whatever they want to do. It's everybody else's fault because nobody has stopped it. Nobody has complained about it. Nobody has told the boss. Or they have told the boss and the boss ain't doing nothing about it. It's everybody's fault up in there. And like I said, we have to realize that everybody's going to have a part to play in every situation in this country, in our world, in our life too. In our workplaces, in everything, in our school districts, everybody has a part to play. And it's not just one person's fault because something has happened. And like I said, I don't know if people don't understand that it's not just your way or the highway. I know we all, of course, all of us are narcissistic. People claim that all my man is, or your man is, or your woman's narcissistic. Every damn body has a trait of narcissistic behavior in their body. Trust me on that one. Trust me on that one. Read the entire DSM-5 definition of narcissism. You'll see a lot of that stuff in you too. At some point in time, it ain't got to be every single day, but you'll see that too. Trust me on that one. And it's people at least to me, it seems like people don't understand that everybody is going to do their part in this world, whether it's good or bad. And that everybody has a part to play. And when you don't play your part, or you play your part too aggressively, or you play your part trying to get more power than the next person and walk all over these people are going to respond to what you do, whether that's good or bad. And we're not the only ones in this world to make this world go round. It's not just a one world, a one person world. It's billions of people in this world. And everybody's going to come from, regardless as to whether you come from the same family or not, people are still going to come from a different, well, a set of values and beliefs. And those things all affect how they see the world. Everybody is not going to see the world the same way. Just like I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. Lived in the inner city or the city of St. Louis, well, actually, until I moved, for 40, well, how old am I? Lord, 49. So I guess for 46 years, oh my God, Lord, y'all. But for 46 years before I moved here to Arizona. Coming to Tucson, Arizona, I don't see the same types of things I saw back in St. Louis when it comes to the law enforcement, when it comes to the police officers. Back in St. Louis, I saw a lot of underhanded stuff the police did, kicking in people's doors for no reason, planting drugs on people, planting guns on. I saw all that. I saw police shoot people, and they killed my uncle too. I saw all these things happening. Coming here to Tucson, Arizona, I don't see it. Well, to my knowledge, I haven't seen it. I'm pretty sure it may happen somewhere. I don't know. But I just haven't seen it to the extent where I saw it back living in St. Louis, Missouri. The police wasn't always, I haven't seen the police beat somebody here since I've been here for like the last 3.5 years. And that is very damn sad to say. But in St. Louis, I saw that often. And like I said, we have to understand that people are different. People are going to enforce different things. Folks come from different values and beliefs, and they're going to do what those values and beliefs have taught them. Whether that's that bad police officer or the person, whoever they claim they beaten or did something to them or did, whatever the case may be. Everybody's going to come from a different place, and you're going to see the world differently. I see the world differently through that lens. But I don't see it here in Arizona still. Which I'm not saying is a good or a bad thing. I'm just saying that's part of my experience. And the reason why I don't like all police officers at all. At all. But yes, I've actually met, living back in St. Louis, it makes you feel that way. Well, for a black person, I can't say for everybody else, but the neighborhoods I grew up in, that's exactly how you feel. Because you're seeing all the underhandedness, all the ignorant things that they do. But living here, like I said, it's only been 3.5 years. I haven't seen, any of that at all, actually. I'm sure, like I said, it may happen in some parts of this city or this state, I'm sure. But I just haven't seen much of that here. I haven't seen a lot of black men black folks, period, getting pulled over by the police every single day. That was every day back in St. Louis. I saw that every damn single day. And sometimes I was that person too, for no damn reason, just because I was black. And like I said, those are my experiences. Those experiences have shaped how I see the world. And everybody, I hope that you get in this video. I'm not trying to put police down, anybody else. I'm just trying to point out to you that everybody's going to come from a set of different values and beliefs and how they see and view this world and how they deal with people. And we act, the whole, I guess I'll just say the whole world, act like they don't understand that. They blaming the Republicans or the Democrats. If they did this, it's your fault too. Ain't you part of the political system? It's your fault too. It ain't just on one person or the president or the past president or whoever it is. It's on everybody else connected to that person, everybody else in this country too. And the other leaders around the world, to me. It ain't on one person at all. We have more power than we understand, y'all. All of us do, not just I'm a black woman. Everybody does. Some folks exert their power to do different things, so they have the power and in the positions to, of course, create change right away, and some folks don't. A lot of us don't, actually. But we still have power regardless. We can exert that power however we feel. I guess I put it that way. And whenever we feel like, but just know that when you're doing so, you're affecting people in your path. People in the relationships that you're in, people in your workplace, or wherever you're at. Wherever we're at. And thank you. Is it Jeremiah? Thank you for tuning in. And is it Haywood? Thank you for tuning in as well. And you said how I feel about white people. It just depends. Depends on a white person. I went to school I was the first black child at my elementary school, actually. The first black child altogether in my elementary school. Got called niggers, got my hair touched. Oh, let me feel your hair. It feels like this. It feels like that. Let me touch your skin. All those kind of things for several years. So, of course, I hated white folks back then. That's not a secret. I've said that many a times. But there's those people in those particular areas because their parent hadn't taught them how to deal with other races besides just white folks. From what I understand. And from how I understood as a kid as well. And you're definitely right. Everyone is conditioned from their parents' beliefs. But just know that At some point, you're not that damn dumb. At some point, you run your own life. I don't care what your parents taught you. I don't care what my parents taught me. If that's the case, I'd be on drugs out here strung out somewhere. That's all they taught me. My parents were both drug users. My dad died of a heroin overdose. Both my parents were drug users. They drank, they smoked weed, they did everything else. And I don't mean just drug. Well, weed, of course, some people say it's not a drug, but they smoked crack cocaine. That the first thing I saw was crack. Was actually powder cocaine, actually. If that's the case, all my values and beliefs I got from them was to scheme and get money and figure out how to pay this and rob Peter to pay Paul and use drugs. I didn't go that route at all. I don't even drink. So yes, we do get a lot of beliefs and values from our parents, but we don't have to stick with them things at all. That's for any of us. I don't care who you are. Now, if you want to stick with them, that's up to you. Especially if you feel like it's right within your body and that's something that you want to follow or that kind of thing. You don't have to follow anything once you're at a certain age. You can always change your values and beliefs to be whatever you want them to be, given the life that you're currently living. And that's for any of us. Even though folks act like they don't know that's a thing that they can do, but you can always do that. Yes, you're probably going to lose some people in the process. I can tell you that. Especially if you come from a household where your parents are strict religion or whatever they are, and you don't want to be anything a part of that. Yeah, you may lose your parents. Because they may not want to talk to you no more or deal with you in a certain way, or your family either because they're all religious or whatever the case may be. I have seen that. Which is a shame, but that's how people are. Now, if you want to hold on to those values and beliefs, you definitely can, but just know at a certain age, we have the power to change any of those things. We don't have to stay doing with what our parents and our last generation, whoever was, taught us. That's the problem now that I see. We don't have to keep doing the things that happened in the past in order to, of course, to be a better person. You can always change anything that you want to change. It just depends on whether you want to change it. A lot of times I had to go through that too. I'm talking to y'all about these things, but definitely I've lived through a lot of this, trying to heal from different things, trying to work through the triggers. I'm in therapy now, that kind of stuff. One thing that I know is that when I did try, of course, was starting to change and starting to have more boundaries and to start loving myself more. Yes, I did lose people, family, friends, in-laws included, at that particular time. Some folks like, oh, she thinks she's too good, this kind of thing. Okay, well, keep thinking that. Well, I guess I am then. That's how that's gonna be. And if that's the case, I don't want you in my life telling me those kind of things that I'm thinking I'm too good when I'm trying to just better myself. There is no reason for that. But people, like I said, will put up with it and put up with it and whatever the case may be. But you can always change yourself regardless as to what them folks got to say. I went through a long period of being on my own by myself because of the things I was trying to change in my life that I wasn't, of course, wasn't going to do and wasn't going to allow in my life. In my house still, nobody can smoke in my house at all. As soon as I got my first apartment, that was one of the things nobody could ever do. Drinking sometimes I allowed that. It just depends on what was going on, whether it was like a little Super Bowl party or just something small, something like that, maybe. But I didn't want to be around any of those things. Because that's how I grew up every single day. With parents that was high and drunk every single day. Then my father beat my mother's ass every single day. I didn't turn out to be abused at all by nobody. I ain't never been hit by nobody. If that's the case, I would have stayed doing those things. And I'd have just fell into that same trap because she did it. I could do it too. I'm like, I don't want a life like that. We have to make a conscious choice to know that we don't have to deal with with the stuff that people taught us. And we don't have to deal with whether it's at our job, whether it's in our relationship, but no matter who it's with. We can always make changes. No, we cannot change the people around us. We can plant those seeds, yes. And they can cultivate them if they want. We can't force nobody to change anything. Only we can change ourselves. So when I'm talking about it takes two to tango, if the person that you're with or the people that you're around acting crazy or something's going on or whatever the case may be, keep putting you down or whatever the case may be, you can only change yourself in that situation or remove yourself from the situation too. It's up to you. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just telling you how my life has been and what I've been going through and what the title of this video means why I'm talking about it. And all those experiences I just talked about, like I said, they definitely did shape me, but they didn't stay in my heart, my mind, and my soul at all. Living here, like I said, I don't treat all police like they're bad people and treat all white folks like they're bad people because of the experiences I had back in St. Louis and at school. I don't do that at all. I work with white folks. I mean, I've been working with white folks. I mean, why in the world would I change that? To me, people are people unless you show me that you hate me or you don't want me sitting next to you because of the color of my skin or because you think I'm a dumb person or I don't know, you treat me bad or I don't know. It just depends on your character. It has nothing to do with skin color at this present point for me at all. It depends on your character and how you treat me. That's how I'm going to treat you or either walk away from you. And not deal, well, at work I have to deal, you have to deal with people, but just deal with them to a certain extent just to get the work done. And that's what I have done at certain jobs. But we have to still know, like I said, that it still takes two to tango. In those situations, if I was to stay quiet, that means I'm going to put up with whatever they say about me and whatever they dish out. That's exactly what that means if I stay silent. So that means I'm still doing something. I'm still teaching them how to treat me because I'm not saying anything. I'm not even standing up for myself. Regardless as to how you all may think, if you're not saying anything in the situation, it's you still doing something. It's still you and the other person. It still takes two to tango. So I'm hoping that this conversation, I know I'm a very passionate person when I start talking about things. I put it that way as well. So I'm hoping that y'all not taking it as disrespect or me hollering, yelling. That's just the person I am actually. Because when I get passionate, I get I talk faster, of course. I get louder, all that type of thing. So I'm hoping y'all not taking it disrespect. I'm just passionate about the stuff that I say and the stuff that I live and the stuff that I've known and how I see the patterns in people as well. I'm very passionate about that because I know that folks can change if they want to. I see a lot of things going on that I know that people are struggling. I can tell you, we have an 18-year-old at home. I know damn well she's struggling. But you have to be able to communicate those things as well. Be able to stand up and be an advocate for yourself as well. Nothing's going to change if you just sit there and just take out whatever life is dishing out to you. No matter how much we try to help, no matter how much we try to plant seeds and let her know what we know and all these types of things, she has to be the one to, of course, stand up and, of course, speak and say stuff. Nobody's going to know if we never actually talk about it. In any situation, like I said, it still takes two to tango. Whether you're talking about it or whether you're staying silent, it's still a behavior. And it's letting folks know how to treat you, too. So with that, y'all, like I said, I'm going to get off here because I can talk about this all day, as y'all can tell. As y'all can tell. But I'm going to go ahead and get off here. But like I said, I hope y'all haven't taken it as disrespect either. Because like I said, when I get passionate, yes, I'm going to just keep on going and keep on going. Because I just feel so deeply about things. And you said she may need to talk to someone who's not close to her. Yeah, we actually tried therapy. Well, she's 8. Well, she'll be 19 later on this year. But we've tried therapy. How many years? Let me see. Probably for about 5 or 6. I'm trying to see how many years. Maybe 5 or 6 years she wouldn't even talk. So basically she was going to an appointment just sitting there is how they actually was. But yeah, she was in therapy. There's other folks we've tried to, of course, put around her just in case she want to talk to them, or we even encouraged her to go talk to her friend's parents or whoever else. But like I said, everybody's going to do what they want to do. And until they're ready to change and hear the information from somebody who actually knows how to guide them a little bit, even just some constructive criticism, they're not going to hear it until they want to hear it. For whatever reason, unfortunately. And so I'm a social worker. I've been a social worker 26 and a half years. My partner, her dad, is in the same field for the same amount of time as well. So we got about 60-some years of education between us when it comes to working with people and working with the public, people that are like in residential facilities, foster care, because that's where she came from. All those types of things. People got mental illness, drug addiction. We work with everybody that you can think of. So we know how to work with people. Trust me on that one. But sometimes, of course, it is somebody else that she needs to talk to, or somebody else. And if it's your child, the same thing as well. Sometimes they can't talk to the parents for whatever reason, but sometimes people just don't open up because they don't want to at that time. And that's okay. Well, it's okay, I guess, to a certain extent, but I know that when I'm working in this field a long time, the people who do not seek the help, they have a hard life until they get it together and want to seek the help. That could be 10 years from now, that could be 20 years from now, we don't know, whenever she's ready. And whenever the people that we, of course, have worked with are ready too. I put it that way. Because I work with a lot of people, some aren't ready either. I know he does. They're not ready. The teens on drugs, they're not ready either. But some of them aren't. Like I said, unfortunately, that's just how some people are. Some people, as adults, we do the same thing too. We don't want to hurt nobody else, even though the people may be telling us exactly right. We're not ready to hear the at that time. Sometimes we have to hit our rock bottom in order for us to, of course, to want the help. Unfortunately, that's all I've seen. People hit rock bottom, whatever their rock bottom is, because it's different for everybody. Then they'll want the help, possibly. Not everybody does, but there are some who definitely change. But like I said, they have to hit their rock bottom and see that it's important to them at that time in order for them to go ahead and start making those changes. Otherwise, they're going to keep doing the same thing. And I'm sure you know folks like that too. Whether it's a kid, whether it's an adult, whether it's an older person, whoever it is. Whether it's your boss, whether it's, I don't know, your doctor, whoever it is. We all know at least a few people like that. And unfortunately, they have to change whenever they want to change. We may not like it because I know she definitely has potential. I know that. But she has to be able to see that too. Regardless as to what we may say, what we may tell her. Some people are just like that, y'all. And I've dealt with many actually like that. But they have to change and want that help and the information once they feel like they need it. And they hit their rock bottom and then they're ready to go. And that could be as an older adult. I've seen that happen as well. Could be 50, 60 years from now. We don't know. We're hoping it's soon, but that's our hope. We can't force anybody to do anything. Like I said, all we can do is plant those seeds. That's all we can do. And they have to cultivate it on their own, unfortunately. Regardless as to what the person's doing, whether it's drug usage or prostitution, I don't know, don't want to go to school, whatever it is. They have to want to see that change as well. Not just us forcing things. We can't force anything on anybody. Even though some people do, we just can't. They ain't gonna listen like that. And being a social worker, I know that. I'm a life coach as well. Nobody's going to change because you told them to. They have to see it fit for the life that they want to change. And like I said before, I know we all know probably at least 5 people like that. I'm sure. Probably in our own families. I'm sure that. Because I know the 5 off top too. So y'all, I got to go ahead and get out of here. So let me go ahead because I got to get to work this morning. So let me go ahead and, like I said, I'll talk to y'all later, y'all. So thank you all for the engagement this morning and of course the comments. I don't know if I can go back and read them or not after this. I don't think I can. So let me look. Rain Travels. Thank you for tuning in as well, and thank you for your comments. I really, 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 really appreciate that. So definitely thank you. Sophia, Jeremiah again. Is it Christelle? Haywood. I think I said Jeremiah. Thank you all for tuning in, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. Try to have a great day, y'all. I hope that something I've said was a seed for you today. I guess I put it that way. If not, no worries. I put it that way. You'll pick it up whenever you can. So like I said, y'all have a great one. Peace out. I'll see y'all in the next video.